In a lot of my videos I talk about having the hands and arms out in front of you. Let's explain why that's so important and why it's going to lead to better strikes, a better path, and a much better exit with your golf swing. So many people think the arms have to be close to the body the whole way. That's not really true. You'll see a lot of the really great players, they had some separation in their left arm. And the reason being is, if I can have some space in my left arm, my right arm can get out in front of my body. The tighter my left arm gets to me, the more my right arm is going to get behind. So one of the things that I do with my students to help them achieve this is set up a little obstacle course. And what I use is these cones. And we've got a golf ball on the ground here, and I'm going to set the cones pretty much directly in between my feet and the ball. And it's just back past my right foot. So there's a real illusion of a different sight or a different vision that we get as a golfer compared to what other people see, whatever their direction, whether they be down the line view, caddy view. We have to understand how the golf swing works from our perspective. If we can do that, we're going to repeat it a lot easier time and time again. So using the cones as a guide for what we're doing here, what we'll see is when we get up to the top here, a lot of people will just pull their hands down. And as we do that, we can see my hands are actually inside the cone. As my hands get inside the cone, my arms get closer to me. As my arms get closer to me, my right arm gets caught behind. There's my release that way. Or some people will just try and turn their body and not really release the club at all. They'll just be turning the body and using the speed that they've created on their downswing to put the club on the ball with. So we want to release the club, and the best way to do it is to feel that the hands go out. Now I have my golf bag out in front of me here. So if I got up to the top of my backswing, and from here I felt that my hands were going in the direction of my golf bag, pointing them there. I'm not forcing them in that direction. I'm just aiming them at that. Now what we can see is my hands are pretty much on top of the cone. So they don't go out as far as we think. Out is really down. Down is really in. And we don't want that. We need to get our arms out in front of our body so we can release the club via our arms and pick up some club head speed into the ball. So from my perspective here, when I'm in this position, the slotted position where I've got my right arm in front of me, I've got space in my left armpit, my vision from here, because I'm looking down in this direction, my hands look like they're almost out at that divot, outside the ball, or at least level with the ball line. But as we know from the camera view, my hands are really probably only on that cone. And as that happens, if I can get my arms out in front, I can release my arms. And as my arms release, because I have space in my left armpit, as my arms release, my left arm works back towards me. And my right arm, because it's in front of me, stays there. So the tighter my arms are to me, the more they'll move away. The more my arms feel away from me, the closer they'll come back. So let's hit a few little shots. Visually, hands feel way over there. Remember, out is actually down. Down is actually in. So we want to feel the hands out in front of us. So I'm not trying to release my body whatsoever there. But because I have room for my arms to unwind, my body moves with it. And that's how we get that really nice look through the ball of keeping our wrists very similar to a dress. Hands slightly leading, because as my arms rotate, my body wants to get out of the way, my hands will just lead slightly. Even though we're not trying to do that, the hands only get forward. The hands only look forward because my body is moving lateral and my hips are opening up. So really that's address, that's impact. Address, impact. I haven't changed much, except momentum of going forward has made me feel like my hands are ahead. So never try to get your hands ahead of the club. If you do this properly, you're going to get the right downward strike on the ball without even trying. So we have to be prepared to practice little shots like this first. And all I'm really doing there is letting my arms unwind. Because my arms are out in front, they can unwind. My left arm and my shaft will want to line up. If my arms get too close to me, the poor golfer will tend to throw the club head this way. And the good player, knowing that he doesn't want to come over the top, will tend to drop the club head down low. That's why this cone's here. It's teaching us visually to feel more out in front of us. Then the release will happen. The hands and arms will work back to the body and it will make the body move. Remember, we don't have to fire the hips or fire the body too soon. We only need to do that if we're too tight here. Then we have to get the body out of the way, but then we've forgotten to release. So the golf swing is a real release, release again. First one's with the arms. The second one is with the body.